and I'm very glad to join the panel to start the discussion. So again, we have a very diversified one with US, Japanese, French, purely European and Israeli players, which I believe will give you a quite comprehensive understanding of what's going on today. So how must emerging biotech adapt to the European ecosystem, and I would say then beyond, because the ecosystem is evolving quite fast. And I will let Alexandra ask the first question.
Well, I think let's start by asking if there are any particularities within the European ecosystem, and maybe from a biotech perspective, so you could start with this discussion.
So, you saw we just made this round, and it took a year, so it was actually quite some time. We raised some money for my companies, which was that amount, but much shorter time frames, so that has changed definitely. I think what is important from my perspective in order to get investment, that you have an excellent story. Not only science case, but you can demonstrate, and that was very important also during the due diligence, that you also have a commercial case, which is tightly connected. But what I'm always saying, people ask me, you have to have excellent science, which is also unique science, not just me too. Because that, I think, also is very difficult. If you just want to come in as a me too, then you have to be significantly cheaper, which means also then the revenues that you can generate will be a completely different structure. So I think, from my perspective, I'm now in the industry since roughly 15 years, in the biotech industry. I think biotech should focus on forefront science, really trying to explore different and new systems. So TLR2, for instance, just to underline that, so the inhibitor that we have in the clinic is the first one, which of course also has a significant risk. But if it works, then we're first in class.
So, regarding the science, I think it's one of the most important elements. We say, okay, it's a common sense, it's a buzzword, but without that, if you don't have strong foundation, you can go anywhere, especially in the current environment where you just mentioned that it took you 1 year to get what you wanted, or nearly what you wanted. And as you have seen earlier, Sanofi Pasteur has 100% of his exploratory project coming from outside. What does it mean? It means companies like you are coming, starting, initiate discussion with us. It can last 6 months, it can last 1 year. However, one thing we have noticed is some biotech companies are not really prepared to have the difficult discussion we have with them, financially, but also sometimes technically, because they don't have the solid foundation in terms of science. I think that when a biotech company is coming and visit Sanofi Pasteur or even Sanofi, the first thing that the head of BD or even the CEO is doing is calling all his R&D staff. And you need to have a compelling case in terms of database. You need to have a compelling case in terms of clinical data, or preclinical data, or analytical data. And that sometimes people are not ready, not only to say, I have it, look at it, but the way they present it. So I think it's an important element, knowing that in Europe, capital is not obvious to raise. Partnership with pharmaceutical companies are now becoming quite important. However, they need to be prepared for that.
Graham, would you like to comment on that, as you also have investments around Europe?
Yeah, I think approximately 50% of our investments are ex-USA. Most of those are in Europe. And they cross a range from quite early stage, where we started companies, to what I would describe loosely as mid-stage companies, which I would regard as more mature, going into clinical development. And that, for us, is an interface between where the venture group might play and our business development colleagues might play. I think in the case of Opsona, we actually have had correspondence not so long ago about the pending round, and it was very appealing to us, but frankly falls more towards the business development partners or corporates, as investors, you cannot take a preference position. I'm interested actually to hear from Martin how the respective corporates have been treated now. But then, just coming back to the very early stage, one of the distinctions that I think I've witnessed over the last few years is the much tighter interaction between a founding management group, maybe even the academic source of the IP, and the pharmaceutical company, where there is more and more of an appetite for shared involvement from the get-go. And that can include shared resources or provision of resources in kind, from R&D, from our CMCC group, from regulatory, whatever is required in order to get the early stage company treading down the right path. And that, in the end, results in a much more capital efficient process to drive early stage concepts through proof of concept. So for us, the ingredients we look for in the early stage would be willing management team to work closely with pharma, maybe open to provision of resources in kind. And then at later stages, yes, if we like what we see, then we will play on totally neutral turf, knowing that it's a smaller playing field, but we are increasingly looking for opportunities that to take options in that sense.
So it works very well with those four corporates. Just to mention them again, so it's Novartis, Roche, Baxter, and Amgen. So they act as normal investors, so they don't have any preference rights, no options, nothing. And I have to say, I'm very happy to have those not only for the money, but as you mentioned, I think tap into the resources. So we're planning our phase 2 clinical trial. At that time, it was only Roche and Novartis. We had very significant discussions with their clinical staff in order to make the trial right, also to make the trial in a way that if it works, we can sell it afterwards to big pharma. So I'm actually quite happy, and of course it will also drive the dynamics at a certain stage. Let's hope that the trial runs well. Then I think we have already some potential buyers around the table in order to achieve a good exit.